The school is public because privatizing education only tends to further exacerbate socioeconomic issues in society. It's a day school with these hours to give the students the opportunity to get the much needed rest they biologically need for their development, both mentally and socially. The main reason for it to be co-ed is there are more advantages compared to disadvantages in this system. From an economic perspective, combining both sexes into one school system consolidates resources. From a social perspective, it prepares both groups for being members of an adult society where their lives intersect and interact in one way or the other. We chose this location because this type of environment tends to be socioeconomically and culturally diverse in nature. This is because it serves as a starting point to foster global and socioeconomic awareness. This is done through teaching students to become socially respectful and responsible with such methods as encouraging cooperation and critical thinking. Instilling this awareness gives them the chance to demonstrate what they learn in their daily lives, as this physical environment requires such behavior to operate in an effective way. Additionally, having people from various backgrounds interacting and working together on a daily basis encourages empathy and cooperation. Thus, by forging such habits early in students, they'll benefit from them in their adult lives. This will allow them to be able to engage in their overall global communities and local communities in an effective and respectful way. This approach is one we feel is critical to utilize whilst dealing with such overwhelming social issues as social, economic inequality, and cultural and ethnic prejudice that is prevalent in present society as a whole. As for the question of funding, the socioeconomic status of the city should not be too high, as that would exclude students from lower SES. So a mid-SES would be best to ensure adequate funding for the school, as having students from all walks of life interact in an environment together is critical for the overall mission of our school. We decided on the schools serving this age range because most of these students are at the start of puberty, so their educational environment needs to be as supportive as possible during the start of this biological transition to foster healthy social and personal development, as this will have a major impact on their future lives and future career choices. Moving on to demographics and values, this diversity-focused school will serve any and all students from the various cultures, socioeconomic statuses, and other diverse backgrounds, such as was listed below, but that's not limited to these examples. The reasoning behind this is by having every student interact with other students from all walks of life, these interactions will ideally fuel cooperation and empathy through their local communities and class systems that will in effect spread out to national and eventually global social systems. The reasonings I have provided thus far is what has influenced our values of the school, those being inclusivity, equality, equity, community, civil responsibility, kindness, integrity, respect towards others and oneself, environmentalism, empathy, cooperation, critical thinking, introspection, and global awareness. These values foster both healthy learning environments as well as a healthy society and environment. The total school will have about 100 kids in each grade level, so about 300 in the whole school. This will help with the teachers being able to give attention to each student. This will also help with the school being able to give their attention to each student also. There could also be more things done with less students. The school, we could do more field trips with when there's less students within the whole school. This is because we would not need to find more parents that could chaperone. Instead, we could use teachers for chaperones. Also, with smaller class sizes, we will be able to do more science experiments to help the children better understand the subject. The school will be very diverse. All students will be welcome. Educational philosophy at our school. The purpose of education at our school is to provide progressive development and growth for each and every student. Education is a gateway to success and allows for them to set personal goals and learn how to reach them. Our goal for our students is to look at learning from a new perspective and recognize that they are all on their own pathways to success. Our main goal is to address the achievement gap in the education system. We strive to ensure that there is not a single student provided with any less opportunity or resource than the others. When do students learn best? We believe they learn best in an environment where they feel safe, heard, and included. We want our students to know that the entire faculty is there to support them and encourage perseverance. When the students feel comfortable with their peers and staff, they'll be more likely to ask for guidance and reach their academic goals quicker. What does our curriculum look like? We want to expand our students' knowledge on not only academic subjects, but social behaviors, racial and cultural diversities, and mental and physical health. We also make it a goal to prepare them for their adult lives, including lessons on career opportunities, home economics, and financial well-being. Why? Because in the past, education has primarily focused on standardized testing. It is imperative for us to prepare our students for what lies ahead and make sure that they're taken care of not only intellectually, but socially, mentally, and physically. What does our learning environment look like? It's all-inclusive, safe, creative, and fun. We strive for our students to feel seen, heard, and appreciated at all times. Students can't learn if they don't feel comfortable. We also want to incorporate fun and creative activities that encourage the students to step out of their comfort zones and explore learning. What basic student needs do you value and want met, and how are these met? Our students need to be supported individually and not just as a whole. To ensure that every student is getting the support they need, we have small groups throughout the week that allow teachers and students to connect. We will not allow a single student to go unheard. What qualities are in your teachers? When we hire teachers, we're looking for compassion, patience, inclusiveness, communication, and adaptability. Our number one priority is for our teachers to be educated on racial, cultural, and gender inequalities. We strive for our staff to be all-inclusive and recognize the beauty in every student. This leads to a healthier and safer learning environment for the students. All core classes are offered. For example, like math, social studies, science, reading, and writing. We will also offer a wide selection of special courses, which are also like electives, and those will consist of art, PE, music, and classes like that. This will give the students what they need to learn while they are also having fun in those other areas as well. Students will not be tested like standardized tests. Standardized tests do not show if a student has improved or not. The students will be tested with quizzes to make sure they understand what's going on. Comprehension quiz grades will serve as the federal required standardized test scores, but won't be the curriculum that counts towards the majority of the student's overall grade. It will also not determine if they pass or fail the grade. Our school will have a big emphasis on interdisciplinary. The teachers will talk in meetings almost daily to help figure out how they can include what other teachers are teaching in their classrooms. This will help the students remember things better within each classroom. Faculty. To assess our teachers, we'll be doing extensive background checks along with an in-person assessment, asking about their passions, what drives them to teach, what experience they have, and how they handle difficult situations in the classroom. Most importantly, we will be asking them how they will address diversity in the classroom. The main requirements to teach at our school are a clean record, a degree in education, the ability to be patient and caring with the students, and education on culture, race, and diversity. We want new ideas, learning techniques, and lesson plans to come to light every day. We encourage our teachers to assess the material in the most creative way possible to keep the students involved and motivated. To provide resources for our staff, we will hold staff meetings once a week to discuss their experience in the classroom. These meetings will also be brainstorming times for new lesson plans and school events. It is our goal to make sure that we are guiding them to success and leaving the floor open for questions, comments, and ideas. One of our professional development programs is a website built for our teachers that allows for them to explore teaching and learn more about it every day. This website holds assessments for each teacher to take when they desire. The assessments will guide the teachers to more ideas about what will work best for them in the classroom. The website also contains different links to articles, books, and videos about lesson plans and behavioral strategies that can be explored by our staff at any time. The facilities at our school would include a gym, computer labs, and a library. Gym classes can help teach children skills that can help them become active their whole life. Kids who are physically active also do better academically than students who are not. Gym, along with sports, requires students to work together, which helps students to build social skills and teamwork abilities. This also introduces students to goal setting and can instill self-discipline. The computer lab would play a critical role in the students' ability to learn and access information and complete work. They also allow students to build their confidence in using technology and allow each student to have access to the internet. The libraries would be an essential part for teachers and the students, providing print and digital materials that meet the diverse needs and offering opportunities to deepen student learning. School library programs foster critical thinking, providing students with the skills they need to analyze, form, and communicate. At extracurriculars at our school would include arts. They are essential. They teach students innumerable lessons, such as practice makes perfect, small differences can have large effects, collaboration leads to creativity. The arts also teach children that there are several paths to take when approaching problems, and that all problems can have more than one solution. Art experiences boost critical thinking, teaching students to take the time to be more careful and thorough in how they observe the world. The arts provide challenges for learners at all levels. Art education connects students with their own culture as well as the wider world. Athletics would include football, cheer, soccer, baseball, with each having a boys and girls team. Sports give students an opportunity to develop leadership skills and can influence moral development. For our academic support, we would be offering tutoring, and the tutoring would be with upperclassmen from a high school that would be next door, and volunteering teachers on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We would have an anti-bullying program. We would teach students to recognize inappropriate behavior, explain that bystanders should say something or do something, and show how tease proofing works. We would hold assemblies once or twice a month and give presentations, show video clips, and do role playing. That is the end of our presentation. Trying to close it.